Hey everybody, my name is Brandon and I am the Fitness Gyms coordinator for UCSD Recreation. I'm also a personal trainer and a strength coach. I teach classes, I work with clients, and my educational background is in kinesiology, which is the study of human movement. And thanks for joining me today for Tritons Go. This month, our theme is fitness. Why fitness? Why is it important? So here's three bullet points that we're going to cover today on why fitness is important. First thing is fitness can be fun and it should be fun for you and help provide a sense of belonging. It can help you get connected into a community. It can help give you something to talk about with other people. It could just make your life better for all those reasons. Next, it helps mental and physiological health improve. It lowers stress and fatigue. And then lastly, it helps physiologically. So why is fitness important? Well, it's fun. We talked about that. And the reason why I added this slide in here is because I think that a lot of times we think that fitness has to be something intense or intimidating or something that is we have to do, like it's a chore, it's a homework. And I'll be honest, sometimes for me it is, depending on where I'm at in my week. But in general, we need to find something that's fun to do, because if not, fitness can end up being, it can be those things. It can put pressure on us. It can be exhausting. And so I want to help you find a fitness for you that's fun, because if it's not fun, it's not going to last as a habit in your life. Sometimes our ideas of fitness can cost us more energy for those reasons. We are thinking about when we're going to put in our 2 hour run or our hour workout in a weekday, how we're going to manage it. And we have to bring our shoes to go to the gym or change of clothes. Um, and I'm kind of restricting fitness right now in this example to like a gym, but it's way beyond that. And it's all about finding a form of fitness that's truly fun for you. And so my questions for you is, what is fun for you in your life? How can you integrate fitness into that? And what can make fitness more fun to you? For a lot of us, the setting is what can make fitness fun. So an example I thought of was a gym, or like a CrossFit gym or some sort of boutique gym. Some people really like that setting. They like the energy of people all working hard to get in shape together. Next is the people. A lot of people are into fitness because of the community. It gets to the point where it's not really about the fitness anymore. It just happens to be that they get to be in shape while being with really cool people. And then lastly is like the level of challenge is what can make fitness fun. Maybe if you're struggling with having fun with fitness, you need to find a way to make it more challenging for yourself. So those are three categories that I want you to think about when it comes to making fitness more fun. Is, can you change up the setting? Can you find some people that makes it fun for you? Can you find a challenge that makes it fun for you? We're going to look at some studies pertaining to why fitness is important for our mental health. These studies are from PubMed, which I found online. And the reason why I wanted to show some studies is because I think that we all know deep down inside for a long time that fitness is important for our health, for mental, for physical health. But I wanted people to see that there's lots of work out there of people in the scientific community working hard to answer why and look at the mechanisms that drive that change and create these positive results that we all know exist. And so the first one is physical activity for cognitive and mental health in youth. This is a systematic review that looks at 22 different research articles and tries to find some common answers from all of them on mental health and exercise. And some of the interesting questions in this systematic review that were asked are, does the intensity of physical activity alter the effects of brain structure? So I thought that was really cool. Like, people are looking for how our brain structure changes depending on what type of fitness that we do. I thought that was really cool. Next one, what's the role of social interaction in a physical activity context for affecting mental health? Right before this slide, we talked about how getting people involved is important. And it looks like the scientific community is catching on to that idea and is starting to look at that. Another question they asked is, can improvements in motor skill enhance cognitive outcomes? In other words, if you get in better shape, is that going to help your cognitive health? Are you going to get quicker at thinking and solving problems? And this review found that participation in physical activity can improve physical self perceptions and enhance self esteem. That's another really important reason to be fit, um, is because it can improve your self perception of yourself. And I know for me, when I was younger, I had a lot of body image issues of being a skinny, tall person. And I just wanted to be strong. And now that I've been working out for a while, I feel like I'm strong and I don't have those thoughts anymore about myself because I like the way I look and I feel. And so that's another important benefit for mental health is it can help with your self perceptions of in your self esteem. Okay, the next study that I found, these are all systematic reviews. They're not individual studies. It's called Physical Activity and Mental Health, the association between exercise and mood. And this reviews how physical activity can be associated with impaired mental health. It talked about how actually sometimes too much exercise and overtraining can lead to the opposite goal of improving mental health. So I can remember every once in a while reading a study or hearing a story about someone who started off with good intentions, but then got really, really into it more and like got way underweight or something like that. And then that started impacting their mental health. Or guys who want to get really, really buff. And so they just spend all this time in the gym and then they feel like they have to take supplements and then sport enhancement drugs. And then that starts to break down their mental health. So, like with everything in life, the dose makes the poison. Moderation is everything. And so, this systematic review looked at those exact things. And it concluded that moderate intensity has many benefits, but also high intensity can lead to those mental deteriorations. And so, you might be wondering, like, okay, what exactly is moderate intensity? What's high intensity? And it can be subjective. It changes day to day. On one day, when you're really stressed, something that is moderate intensity could your body, your brain could perceive it as high intensity. And for other people, that may not be the case. But I do want you to know that there are objective measurements for measuring intensity, and some of those things are heart rate. It's your perceived rate of exertion. It could be the talk test, like how much you can talk while you're exercising. It can be VO2, which is how well your body uptakes oxygen into the cells to create energy. It can be 1 rep max. It can be a time interval, like how much time you're going to spend running a lap. So many different things can measure intensity, but yet it's still kind of subjective. Last study talking about mental health, this is called Exercise and Mental Health. And this talks about how exercise helps delay the onset of neurodegenerative processes like Alzheimer's and dementia. And even though exercise it's literally a stressor on our body, it increases epinephrine, it increases those stress hormones. It has been demonstrated to reduce the harmful effects of other stressors. And in review, the potential effects of exercise on the aging process and on mental health are shown to improve. And exercise helps improve brain functioning. And it looks at some of the mechanisms that drive all of these changes. And so that's what I talked about earlier, is that we all know exercise is good for these things, but the research wants to find out what are the exact mechanisms that drive these changes. And so I thought this was interesting. This review looked at neurotransmitters such as serotonin and dopamine and how exercise increases the levels of those at certain times that helps our mood feel better. And also cerebral blood flow. That's a mouthful. That also increases and can help our mood feel better when we're exercising. Next, we'll go to physical activity. So exercise benefits our physical health, our physiological health. And this study is another review, and it looked at metabolic syndrome from a bunch of different angles. So metabolic syndrome is a combination of health problems, including obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, and inflammation, and all this stuff. And so this looked at how exercise is a cost-effective intervention to preventing and mitigating the impact of metabolic syndrome. And I don't remember the exact numbers, but there's a real cost to America per excessive pound of weight that we all carry. That each pound is a certain amount of dollars that costs the healthcare system. So the research is showing that exercise is the best way to help mitigate all of that, all of those metabolic syndrome. Yeah. Okay. And in general, we recommend 150 minutes a week of moderate intensity exercise or 75 minutes a week of vigorous intensity. And this concluded that physical activity interventions have favorable impact on metabolic disease and the burden it places on not only individuals, but also on the healthcare systems. So healthcare is always a big topic these days, and exercising more, being healthy will help our healthcare systems be better. And then lastly is exercise, health benefits of exercise. And this found that exercise helps delay the onset of 40 different diseases. So it looked at all these different articles and looked at what disease exercise helps. And they put together a list of 40 different things that exercise helps. And I thought that was really cool. So that's the rest of the studies, and we'll move on to the next slide. So we just talked about exercise in general. We used a lot of generalizations. We said physical activity, fitness. But you might be wondering what kind of fitness is out there. And I don't want you to limit your view of fitness to just the gym or just being a workout. So you can see there's pictures of people on treadmills, people with barbells doing different exercises, dancing, jump roping. Those things are all fitness and they're all great, but fitness is even beyond that. If I were to ask people who are watching this right now what type of fitness they do, you get answers like dance classes, yoga, hikes, playing some sort of game like basketball or frisbee. It can be so many different things. And so I just want to let you know that fitness is big, and there's a fitness out there for you that can work. It doesn't just have to be the gym. All right, so how to start, how to improve. I want to encourage you to start small, because if you start small, you're going to have a lot of small victories to help you progress along the way. And it's those small victories that are really important for maintaining habits for the long term. Because if you just say, all right, I'm just going to start running 5 days a week for 30 minutes every single day, that's going to put a lot of pressure on yourself. And if you don't meet that goal, you might feel bad. And rather, I would say, hey, start out with 1 day a week or twice a week for just 15 minutes, because then it's a lot easier to progress off of that. And creating goals. So I use an app for lifting weights. It's called Fit Notes, and it tracks the weight that I do, the reps, the sets, and it has a graph. And so I get to see over time the graph moving, and that's really cool for me to see. It helps me create goals. But for you, it might be a journal, or it might be just a mental goal. Like you just say to yourself, okay, this week, I'm going to go on a walk 3 days a week. So creating goals is really important. Next is getting people that you like involved. It's so important to have people involved if that's what you're looking for. I know some people like to do things on their own because it helps them just think. For me, I actually can't really think when I'm exercising, and that's a good thing for me, because sometimes we also need a break from our own thoughts. We just need to chill and just not think about anything. So it just really depends. Maybe you need to work out by yourself. Maybe you need to get people involved. So I'd say if you're struggling to work out and you've been by yourself, see if you can get somebody involved. So I have a group of friends where we'll meet up at the park on Saturday morning and we'll work out together. And just knowing that I am going to meet up with some people to work out, that helps me during the week want to stay more consistent. And then catering your fitness towards your personality and your affinities. So like find a fitness that is really fun for your personality. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And then lastly is making some sort of investment. If you're at the point now where you've looked at all the free workouts on YouTube, you've done all the free classes, and you're just kind of like, yeah, like I'm having a hard time still. Maybe it's time you make a small investment, whether financially or time wise, where you just mark off your calendar every Wednesday at noon. I'm not going to schedule a meeting. I'm going to do this fitness. And we're done.